Welcome back to the Literary Apothecary. My name is Kate, and today I'm here to talk about In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. This is a memoir, a queer memoir with horror threads all throughout. It is such a unique book. I read this because it was on my Audible list, and I've always wanted to read it because I've heard such great things about it. And it was leaving my Audible account on the 26th of this month, so I wanted to be sure to get it finished before it disappeared from my Audible account. My general thoughts about this book was that this was such an interesting book. I didn't really know what to expect going into this, but all I knew was that it was a queer memoir dealing with trauma and abuse, but Machado being able to incorporate horror themes into this memoir of essays and vignettes was ingenious and unique, and she absolutely made it work. A quick spoiler-free description of this book. For years, Carmen Maria Machado has struggled to articulate her experiences in an abusive same-sex relationship. In this extraordinarily candid and radically inventive memoir, Machado tackles a dark and difficult subject with wit, inventiveness, and an inquiring spirit, as she uses a series of narrative tropes, including classic horror themes, to create a entirely unique piece of work, which is destined to become an instant classic. Now, for this one, because this is a memoir audiobook I've listened to, I only have 4 different categories. Our first category is the writing style. Machado's writing style here is so unique. She writes a memoir that is part vignette, part larger narrative, part trauma, and part horror. And it all blends together almost too beautifully. Her writing voice is very similar to the voice that her other book that I've read, Her Body and Other Parties, which I'll also link in the description below if you're interested in other books by Machado. The voices were very similar, their writing voices there. Our content. Unfortunately for Machado, she has a plethora of bad experiences and abuses, but also balances all of that with some good experiences and memories. She takes experiences from her own life and also balances them with stories from media, literature, and other media forms. Enjoyment. Enjoyment is not quite the right word for this book. However, I thought it was written extremely well, and I'm glad that I read it. Our audiobook narration. Now, Machado narrates her own audiobook here, and I thought that she did a great job. Her pacing was perfect, her tone was good. However, it also stopped me from really connecting to the content at times. Sometimes because it's so even and narrow, it felt distant to me, but I think that was on purpose by Machado. It felt very much like her writing voice. But it did keep me from connecting at times, and that's not necessarily bad, considering that maybe I'm not quite the intended audience for this book. But that also makes me wonder who the intended audience is for a book like this. So that was my quick spoiler-free review for In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. If you have read this book before, let me know in the comments below. What did you think of this book? Did you love it like I did, or did you have more problems? As always, keep reading, and I love y'all to the moon and back. Bye.